And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire and the self-imposed challenge, Fear of Walking on the Cerberus map. We're up at 40.5% victory score. We need to get to 50% to win, while having 25% more of total possible score than anyone else. We meet that second condition already. Well, almost meet that second condition already, with the number 2 being at 15.8. We're about 0.3 off of meeting the second condition, and we're likely to achieve that state by the time we get to 50. We have 45% of the planet here, or 45% of the population here, 36% of the planet. We're likely to get more population as we have cloning facilities that are growing fairly quickly, at least in comparison to the other people on the planet. The planet's going to be a little bit harder. I don't think there's quite enough planet to get to 50%. So we'll have to see if there's a little bit of RNG if we can get up to more than 50% to make it for the shortage of the planet. As is usually the case at the beginning of a stream, in theory, the last stream I did do the whole turn. So it should just come down to hitting end turn and moving onward. Territorial-wise, we've got 4 miners that have all the remaining non-aligned territory. 3 of them are arachnids, if memory serves. We have the Lorenzo arachnid group with the Sansinka arachnid group. And we have the Mandalorian territory arachnid group. This one is probably the origin one because it's got territory in the name, and these are probably hives splitting off. We then also have Varinzia territory here, which is a bunch of rotors, and that's really all we've got to defeat. And then we'll be looking at maybe attacking one of the majors. If we haven't won by then. We do have assets coming back from expanding in the southwest. Southwest border is basically being done expanded to this point, so we just drag all this stuff back. Spread out, secure the border. We are thinking of potentially attacking Blackland. I actually want to put the light tanks over on this gap here so as to connect those two. We'll see. See ya. That's the status of the victory. That's the status of the construction. We have one thing that isn't a new queue that, to be fair, didn't end up with enough workers. In fact, we've got a worker shortage here, so I may need to throw more workers here in the future turns. Mining-wise, we're not in a rush to run out on a mine. One of the rare metal mines is the lowest we've got. We're actually more likely to run low on the metals in the Odessa metal mine, because we're mining that faster. But we still got 3 or 4 turns left on that. So let's go ahead and cycle the turn. We'll see how the arachnids respond to the pressure we're applying to them. We did find their queen, so depending on how things go, we may be able to jump the arachnid queen and, well, one of the arachnid queens and slow down their spawning. Some minor motion in the major powers. In theory, the majors are also fighting each other, which is helping to suppress their population. Blackland is the one we're thinking of attacking. Definitely would want more troops on the border with them. Because every once in a while it flicks to basically like the middle of the line. Where, between the 2 extremes where we have a bit of exposed road there. Okay, it looks like the rotors attacked us. So that probably means they declared on us. So, we're going to round 117. We killed 200 infantry over the intern and 10 guns. We have 6 decisions. And they didn't declare on us, apparently. Oh no, there's one pocket of non-aligned in there. That's fair. We may decide to declare on the rotors anyway. You want to erect a statue? We do like government. I am on board getting some government. Yeah, we'll take some government. We're not really interested in harm, but government's good.
Yes, sir.
Design.
Yes,
Let
sir.
them be. Yeah, so on that one, that was a choice between, do we immediately get some pop, or do we get a flow of colonists? And it's definitely a flow of colonists choice there, which was let them be. That also aligned more with my principles. I didn't even look at the results before I hit let them be, because it's like, yeah, no, democracy. If I gotta choose between democracy and democracy, I want to choose democracy. And that was as much as thought went to that choice, even though I was arguably picking the better of the two options anyway. Command for the 12th Mechanized Infantry, sure.
Affirmative.
Best candidate for the job will get the job.
Move it now. All clear, sir.
We do have the exposed queen. Let's attack and get rid of the queen.
Move it now.
Queen is immobile, so any attack that causes it to rout is an insta-kill. Where's my second HQ? I'm going to HQ. There's the HQ. Got you in circle. Let's get rid of you.
Do it now.
There we go.
Okie dokie.
Push the sealed road through the volcanoes. Up there and down there. Okay. So again, we dealt with their queen, so that should mitigate how much they can expand in troop count, which is good to see. We're apparently having some supply issues here. What is the issues? Ammo. Okay, so that's going to be... What's going to be the cost of that? Probably action points. Yeah, we're just beyond the action points. We're starting to get inefficiency from that. Oh, that was one of the reasons that we were doing... Yeah, we built a truck station and a rail hub there. Okay. A little bit of delay on the airbase. We'll hold off and try and expand the airbase. Here, on the other hand, we're going to make this a new zone.
Roger that.
And you're going to get all the colonists. No, you're not going to get all the colonists because I don't have the logistics for that. Whoops. Okay. It's fine. Yeah, that's probably about right for that city. I'm very tempted to declare on him, though if we're having supply issues with ammunition, then maybe we'll hold off. Oh, you're in low mountains, we just don't have the action points after getting attacked? Okay. Okay, so the east, northeast we've done. Okay, let's up to the city. Yeah, I think we are going to push. I was originally thinking of pushing the tanks in here to help with this push. These are the light tanks, so they're not actually going to be, in comparison to some of the heavier tanks we can now make, they're not going to be as heavy for pushing purposes, so I guess I'm just moving these guys up. I'll probably use them for connecting the road through here. I don't want to speed these guys out. And we can strategically move. The walkers immediately got use up near the front if we can get them there. Okay, more walkers moving up. We have some colonists. Assume I can probably dump some colonists here. This will actually help with the airport construction. You need 8,000 workers. You actually are now going to have 8,000 workers, so it should proceed at speed next turn. Probably do want more over here. In fact, Blackland's starting to sneak farther and farther, so we probably need to put a unit, like, right here. Yeah, so it's probably like 2 over here. I don't want to go about doing it. I think the trick I may use is we'll pre-build the transport, the trucks first. The manpower recovery on that. But maybe even before we do that, we now have access to Trooper 4s. I do have a surprising number of machine tools, so machine parts. So if we say we want to upgrade everyone to Troopers, in theory it'd only be as many as 494 machine parts. This is not gonna quite complete, because I'm pretty sure some places don't have logistics. We do have the industry, we have the things, Okay, so we're gonna click mass upgrade here. Everyone's basically moved, so it's gonna upgrade as many as we can.
Roger that.
So of the 494 units, subunits, 297 upgraded. So that is a semi-significant upgrade to our troop quality all across the line. And we'll take that as a step 1. Probably the place where the most guys didn't get upgraded are right up here on the front. So the guys that are fighting, sadly, are not getting, or most likely not to get the upgrade. Otherwise, construction is fine. I think we've got like 3 more turns before... No, 2 more turns. 2 more turns I'll need to do the peripheral mining, but we don't want to do it early. Population's going up. Planet's going up. Planet's maybe not going up super fast because we didn't have big sweeping territorial gains this turn. But we did take out some of the arachnids, and we're waiting for supply improvement here. So let's cycle the turn. But first, let's sell off some stuff to make some money. Some rare earth metal? Yeah, that'll be about right. Okay. Blackland is probably the guy we're thinking about attacking once we're done with the arachnids. They're also the one we're most likely to see moving on the border with. Seeing quite a bit of arachnid movement. Interesting. It looks like the arachnids have something encircled. Deathly, ground 118. We have 6 decisions and did not get attacked over the end turn. And we discovered heavy battle dress. Cool. You know what? Let's work on a heavy battle dress. And then one thing I'm going to do is we are going to go ahead and develop off-screen between parts. I did design a heavy aircraft. We might not actually end up fielding this heavy aircraft, but we are going to go ahead and blueprint one up. We might not field it because it's a 12 hex range bomber. This will unlock access to 4-engine models afterwards. The 4-engine one we might end up failing. Let's see. Giving us some of the demands. Yes, full support. Yes, you have priority. That was a critical failure, but yes, you have priority. Cap 2. Guess that's what we have for the moment, so I'll just give it to you. Not gonna bother too much on trying to get a better leader. And then, did we complete the airbase? We did complete the airbase. The airbase is immediately gonna want to get upgraded. No, it wants to get upgraded, but we can't upgrade it. Apparently, airbase is... Airbase 2 I could have built in city level 2, but apparently airbase 3 I cannot. Okay. I'm not sure why the discrepancy there, but there's a discrepancy. We don't have the logistics here. Interesting. Is that because we've got the logistics saturated? Yeah, probably. So the truck station's not working at full speed, though the local truck station hasn't kicked in and started delivering yet. And the rail is at maximum action points, so we should probably get a new rail asset somewhere. It's the rail down here. Yeah, this is apparently rail saturation, so this is actually probably where we want to build a rail station.
Aye, aye, sir.
So we'll put the colonist here to work that rail station.
Aye, aye, sir.
Also to upgrade the size of the city, because at some point we want these cities to be like size 3 on average.
Yes, sir. We're going in.
Okay. You move there. These two can attack and get rid of that arachnid.
Move it now! All clear, sir.
Here we go. Okay, the champion escapes northeastward, which actually kind of works for me. That means there's a smaller group in the what is the pocket down here that the walkers will have to deal with when the walkers arrive. It's over. High mountains, okay. Not really the solution I want, because this is just going to chase it back into the mountains, but...
Mission accomplished.
Okay. I think that's all the troop movement in the area. Put the militia as the city garrison instead of the walker. Free up the walker for other activities. Got the tanks down here. Just want to push up that way. We have a walker, so we'll move the walker there, and then we can strategically move the walker up the road. There we go. Once again, I can try a mass upgrade of various troops. What we'll do is we'll start on did just upgrade. You can find an MG. Cycling guns. From cycling gun 3 to cycling gun 4. There's 90 of those to upgrade. Let's click them for upgrading.
Roger that.
78 of the 90 got upgraded. And then I could come over the front and we'll do another pass and try to upgrade. Yeah, we'll try to upgrade the Trooper 3s. They're probably not going to upgrade, but we can offer to upgrade them, basically, is what's going on. 197 that haven't been upgraded.
Roger that.
Another 57 upgrade. Okay, we need to chop this pocket up a little bit, and we'll bring in some walkers to at least prevent them from withdrawing into the mountains before we start shooting. Construction, the airbase is done. We can't start the upgrade for the airbase yet, so we haven't leveled the city up. Mining-wise, yeah, I should not delay. We'll do the peripheral mining now, before I forget.
Copy that.
We have another militia project we can play. Not in that city, not in that city. Could play on that city, so we'll do it. And then it may make sense to grab a few more leader options. A couple juniors.
Roger that. Roger that.
Yep, and then I think the next thing to do is either raise some more tank regiments, or tank brigades. We could probably use an armored one up here, maybe 2 armored ones up here. I want another one here just to cap off here while we have lighter units taking that section. We need some in there. But that arguably is more manpower than I have. Which is why it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, we haven't fielded an army unit. Let's see, can I field an armored unit? Yes. 1 all-rounder armored brigade. These aren't necessarily going to be the best thing under the sun, but they're better than nothing. And then I will raise a couple independents to attach to them of our heavy tanks. Two metal heads. Oops. Wrong button. That button. Change HQ to 2nd Armored Brigade. And this will be serving as an armored spearhead to encircle this city. Probably over-preparing, but something to do while we're expanding in the northeast. Funds are fine, so we cycle the turn. Waiting for the end turn to roll over. Oh, I should move that walker. We got a walker that we've been not using adequately. Whoops, I forgot about the walker we sent to basically take that territory in the west there. I think it's inadequate supply, so it's not starving anymore, but should keep moving it. Get it back into good supply, and then probably strategic move it over to a usable front. Okay, we're seeing the Arachnids move around. One was attempted to attack us and lost all their trucks. Killed 5 infantry and 30 motorized over the end turn. We have a lot of decisions with 10 this time on round 119. Extra heavy 4-engine aircraft. Yeah, I think we're gonna maybe queue some of those, or design some of those. Let's find that. X heavy aircraft. New. This is probably going to be my level, and one of my level bombers. This is a bomber. This turret, it's going to be packing all the bombs, the biggest of guns. I assume like the biggest engines for the moment. Super heavy turbojets with like the biggest wings. So right now we just don't have the takeoff speed. Okay, we don't have the fuel to go anywhere. So that doesn't mean it has to take off anymore. If we drop the wings, makes it worse, makes it worse, makes it worse. Okay, so we're gonna have to drop the bomb load. So we half the bomb load. Keep upping the fuel. 2 range checks, 3 range checks, 5, 8, 16. 16 is definitely better than the old 12. If I were willing to drop the bomb load more, we probably could get it out to the full 25. Though if I drop the bomb load... Well, actually, that is an argument, right? I can drop the bomb load to what is the 2-engine one, which was the 4K. And then, yeah, if we get just that little bit more fuel, max range. There we go. So this drops as many bombs as the previous one does, but does it at max range instead of 12 range. We'll go ahead and design one. We may never field it. In fact, we probably won't field it, but we'll have it. We need to.
Roger that. Aye, aye, sir.
Roger that.
Oof, bad events.
Aye, aye,
We're not succeeding in all of these. These are probably the expanse. Extensive metropolis for the capital. I want to say yes, but I don't have the pool of power, so we'll have to ask me later. This is the mine expanse. I want to find almost empty metal mine. $128 and 44. That one. There we go.
Copy that.
Another 97,000 metal. Should buy us some decent amount of time there. You'll get the job. And then we're back on defensive duty. Oh, before I forget. You. Move into green territory. And then over here, work on the rail, no delay. We probably still don't... Oh, no, I do have the ability to get colonists in here, so we'll get the colonists deployed. That'll solve the workers there. Worker problem there.
All clear, sir.
Okay. Okay, the Arachnids pulled back. Which isn't a problem. It is a problem because it means we're not going to have such an easy time encircling them. Isn't a problem because obviously that's not causing a problem immediately. Okay, that one's cut off. Mechanized, get rid of it. There we go. Okay, and that one's cut off.
Do it now.
Okie dokie.
So then the pocket over here, where because it's high mountains we have to bring in walkers to deal with it. We've pushed the Arachnids in this territory back to their eastern expanse.
Moving through.
kill some of the arachnids. Artillery equivalent. Protect our road.
Fire. Mission accomplished.
Okay. That, I think's worked out. Let's get a road bridge in. There's maybe an argument I shouldn't connect the roads up there, but we will. And that road's fine. That'll probably give us green up into there. That's fine up into there. Okay, so we're just waiting for the walkers to get into position to do the thing. Do I attack the rotors? We'll go one more turn before we attack the rotors. The supply situation has definitely improved over there, which is making me feel a lot better about attacking the rotors. Okay, let's do another attempt at upgrading infantry. Haven't upgraded, so Trooper 3, mass upgrade, SHQ, Trooper 4, 140 haven't been upgraded. We've got another 56 upgraded. Same thing with cycling guns, mass upgrade, SHQ, cycling gun 4, 12 to upgrade, 2 upgrade. I'm gonna push the armored spearhead up. So the goal of the armor here is to push out around this mountain through the little mountain pass here and over to the Lake of Lava, just to cut the city off when we do the attack. So really, I probably want like one more tank unit. So either a tank down here or a tank up here. Maybe it doesn't need to be brigade, but I think I'm gonna make it brigade size. And then we just need coverage, so a bunch of light infantry will work. Probably want actually infantry MG holding the road, and then a light infantry up here as well. In preparation, I think we'll work on the infantry first. Hold off on the tanks. So part of that, we're going to go ahead and make a bunch of motorized transports. Each of those units that we stand up, we're going to need 110 of these. So if we raise this, this is costing us that many people. We're going to get a refund when we press this button. So we produce, it's been produced, we exit. You see, we still have a bunch of things, because I think each truck has 2 people in it. So it costs... And the 10 trucks, I think. So it's something like 20 people being consumed out of 100. But the soldier unit is technically 100 guys. So you can actually raise 5 trucks for the cost of 1 soldier unit. But it has to charge you a full soldier unit up front, and then it refunds you the 4/5. Or the 4/5. Okay, so now that we have the trucks, at least know we have the trucks, do I want to form up an MG? Probably can't form it up right there. No. Oh, and if I want to make it... No, I can motorize MG. So I say I might have to make it mechanized instead. But no, I can do motorized. Okay, I can do it on the rail line and let us have to walk the distance. 1 motorized. Oh, if I want them to be MG, they have to be heavy MG. That's fine. I can work with that. Green bus. Use replenish troops. $450. I screw up my count. Apparently. Fort needs more than I'm thinking. No, it requires less than I'm thinking. Okay. Okay, a little reinforce the trucks the next turn. I'll be fine for this turn. And then we'll move that out. In the meantime, everything's good over here. Is there anything well, I was about to say, anything I want to sell? And the answer is really no, but this stuff I can sell. There is. I can. I'll keep the budget green. You know, one more turn, I think, then we're going to fight these pockets. Yep. Oh, apparently we're not the only ones fighting the rotors. Or, technically, we're not even fighting the rotors right now. So, we're going to have to attack and start moving on them because the rotors are at war with someone by the looks of it. Watching the intern here. Nothing particularly worrisome. The stuff that would be worrisome, of course, is we suddenly see that the entire front line for Blackland's full or something. Or the Arachnids, which are at the end of the turn anyway. Here's the Arachnids. You can see they're pulling back mostly. Yep, around 120. We have 7 decisions, so it's quite a lot. I think the second Arachnid's just declared on us. Down 300 GR Great Infantry. We're going to pass on the Foreign Affairs Council again. Comes up again, we might accept just to have it.
Aye, aye, sir.
Affirmative.
Roger that. Copy that.
Well, I don't like the failures back to back to back. Well, that happens.
Order received.
That's all the expansions having issues. Is that rail connection done? It is done, yes. Yeah, so the second set of Arachnids has also cleared on us. We don't really have a border with them that's notable. There's a little bit of one up here. another batch to surrender. There we go. And we have the action points to get you to surrender. Yes, maybe.
Do it! Do it now!
Yes.
All clear, sir. Do it! Do it now! Mission accomplished.
Okay, rapidly clearing the pockets. It's good to see. Pushing them back.
Do it! Do it now! Mission accomplished.
Okay, so I think that is actually significant progress with dealing with problems. Even if it maybe doesn't immediately look like it. And yeah, we should, it's time. I think it's time.
Roger that. Yes, sir. We're going in. Mission completed.
Okay, then I just need to decide where I'm putting the colonists. The answer is probably the biggest city that isn't level 3. So here, yeah. Because we can get it leveled up to level 3, that's good. And it just needs more people for that. Finish the rail station. I'm not actually sure we're going to do any construction, to be fair. Mining should be fine. We'll just do a quick check to make sure it is. And it still is. Victory overview. 46% of the population, 46.4% of the population, excuse me, is ours. 37.1% of the planet is ours. We're growing, maybe not as quickly as I'd like, but we're doing a lot of fighting and a lot of maneuvering. Which takes time. Before I forget, we're going to move those units west, you east. This is just sort of showing off the need for speed my army has. We have trucks, so we can travel. Yeah, clear out this pocket. Clear out basically this pocket, and we'll actually be done with the western most of the 3 arachnid groups. So I suppose that means we are moving on to arachnid group number 2. No idea where their queen is at the moment. You know, there's a little bit of mountains up here. They're a little bit less mountainous, which will help a little bit with getting rid of them quickly. One of the things that's been slowing us down here is not getting backstabbed from positions in the mountains where we can't defend, can't attack into. So let's go ahead and cycle that turn. Okay, I probably let this part go a little bit long. Should have probably ended at the 40-minute mark instead of the 50-minute mark. As soon as this end turn is over, this is where I'm going to put the part break in. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow because I'm going to try to record 3 more parts tonight. We'll see if I can keep a clear mind. It is fairly late. I had a little bit of a late start tonight. And if you're watching on Twitch, as is usual, you can hang around. I'm going to take a short break just to stretch the legs, just a momentary period of time between parts. But then we'll be right back to recording. And just watching this end turn in. You see a decent number of guys on Blackland border. Not enough necessarily to form a cohesive line, so I'm not too worried about going to war with them at some point. But we should ideally form a cohesive line of our own before we start that war. We're getting attacked by the Marauders. That's actually pretty good. Means it'll be a little easier once the walkers get over there to clear them out. And round 121 will be where we're picking into the next one. So if you're watching YouTube, that will be put up tomorrow. Twitch, feel free to hang around until the next part. Wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Get you all in the next part, and bye for now.